Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you guys? Hope you are always stay healthy and keep ready to join this class. Well, students, yesterday we have already learned about analytical exposition text, isn't it? Yes. In the previous meeting, we have already learned about how the definition about analytical exposition, how the language feature of analytical exposition, how the structure, and how the purpose of analytical exposition. I hope you in the second meeting, I hope you still understand and remember the definition, the language feature, or even the structure of analytical exposition text itself. So here, in the second meeting, I would like to give you an explanation about on how we analyze a written text about analytical exposition under title Reading for Pleasure. Yesterday, I have sent you about this kind of material about reading for pleasure in the file of PDF or in the draft. You can after you watching this kind of video, you can back to your material, then you can analyze by your own self. So here I want to give you on how to analyze a written text in analytical exposition. So here the title is that Reading for Pleasure. Hope you can see it. Hope you can see the text. Okay, in the first text, there are some in the first text, Reading for Pleasure, there are some of paragraph. Of course, you have already understood and known in this first paragraph we can call by as what, and the second, third, and so on. It has the name itself. I hope you can guess what that's name. So here in the first paragraph, before we run so far, the first thing that we have to analyze in reading in analytical exposition text is that the structure of analytical exposition. There are three kinds in the structure. First is thesis, second is arguments, and the third is reiteration or the conclusion. So here in the first paragraph, you can see it. In the first paragraph, I will read it. Reading English for pleasure is not the same as studying English. You do not have to remember everything, as there is no test on books you read for pleasure. Therefore, it is more interesting because you can choose your own book. Besides, the enjoyment you get, reading for pleasure contributes a lot in learning English. It will help you to read faster, find example of good writing, learn new words, learn how to speakers of English use the language, and learn about the culture of different people in the world. So here in the first paragraph, we can say that we can call us the thesis. First paragraph in analytical exposition text is that we call as thesis. Remember that the first paragraph is called as thesis because it states the perspective or the idea of the writer itself. Okay. In the second paragraph here, from the second paragraph, we can call as arguments because this is deeply tell or explain on how the writer give explanation on how reading for pleasure, why reading is really for pleasure. The first step is to read English for pleasure is to find a good book, one that is interesting. So here, the first argument is that for doing reading for pleasure is that first we have to find a good book a good book that is interesting and that is not difficult to read. So here the writer suggests to us to read something that interests us, something a book that's something that not difficult to read in the first stage. That's called in the second paragraph called as argument 1. And the second step, this is the second step as the third paragraph, also called as the argument, supporting the idea or supporting perspective by the writers. The second step, you plan to check out books from a library. Following are some tips to help you to select books and find them more easily. So here in the second paragraph, in the third paragraph, the writer still give way or tips and trick on how you can find or looking for a book that are interesting and easy to read. You can in this third paragraph, the content is that about to find in library. So firstly, read the front and back cover of the book. So the first time is that look for some book in library that interesting for you. It can be from the cover, it can be from the in the back or in the front of that cover. Or the second, check the number of pages of the book. If you if you are still a beginner or still newbie, I suggest you, or the writer suggests you, to look for a book that really thin, not thick, really thin, or have a little bit of pages. So here in the third paragraph, we called as arguments that support the idea of the writer itself or support the thesis. And the third step is to read your book every day. This is the fourth paragraph, also called as arguments, because this is content of some supporting idea or some still include two tips and trick on how you can read a book by for a pleasure. And this is the last step in the last paragraph. We called as you can guess it. The last part of the last paragraph in the written text in analytical exposition, you can guess it. You can call it as by reiteration or the conclusion. So here, the content is that you may find it difficult to read in English, but do not give up. Do not give up. Keep on reading, and step by step you will realize that it is not so difficult after all. Then you will enjoy reading English. Therefore, you will be reading English for pleasure. So, in the name of in the last paragraph or reiteration, the writer still give you a supporting idea, the support to support you to read a book by giving you some tips and trick. And the last paragraph still give you a support to always practice and keep on reading, so that step by step you will feel so happy and pleasure to read a book of English. So after we analyze the structure of reading for pleasure, so here we have to analyze on how the language feature. Of course, we have to analyze one by one. So here in the language feature in the first paragraph, there are three kinds of language features. First is the sequence of connector. So first, can you mention it? How many language features in analytical exposition? First is what? Okay, you can answer it in the end of this video, or you can answer it in the WA group after this. So here the first thing is about simple present tense, sequence of connector, connecting word, auxiliary, and also passive voice. There are 5 urgent language feature in analytical exposition text. So here in the first paragraph, the sequence connectors is that therefore, this is something I give color, red color. This is called, it's called a sequence of connector. And the last is in the second is that the first, the second, use simple present tense. So simple present tense, have you remember on how the pattern of simple present tense? Okay, I hope you remember all of the pattern of simple present tense. So here, in the color of blue, this is called a sentence that using simple present tense. It is more interesting, or reading for pleasure contribute a lot in learning English. Then use the auxiliary will. Model auxiliaries such as will, shall, could, would, or something like that, and etc. And this argument 1, also this is the sequence of connector. The red color is the sequence of connector, the first, and the auxiliary is can. And the argument also, this is so many the sequence of connector, such as the second, firstly, secondly, then finally, and etc. That's the red color is called as sequence of connector, and the auxiliary is that can. And the argument 3, sequence of connector is third and moreover. And the last, in conclusion, the sequence of connector, then, therefore, and the auxiliary is may and will. So, how guys? Have you understood about on how we analyze analyze analytical expression written text? Okay, hope you understand and know well about analytical expression and how to analyze analytical expression. So here, explanation on how analyze analytical exposition text. Hope you can understand. After this, I will give you a challenge and exercise to analyze analytical exposition text. So are you ready? Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you for your nice attention. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay hydrated. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.